Hi, Terry here. I'm a certified RV tech from Roaming RV Services, and today we're going to show you how to winterize a RV. Particularly on this one, we're going to be winterizing a travel trailer. This is a 2017 Forest River Salem Cruise Light. It's a 282 QBXL with the bunk room. So it does have a tanked water heater, so we're going to go through and get everything drained out, show you step by step what to do, and get this thing winterized. All right, first thing you want to do is make sure that your water heater is turned off, electric and propane. This one only has propane. We want to do that first to go ahead and let it start cooling down. The next thing we're going to do is start with the fresh tank, because a lot of times like this one, it's got a lot of water in it, so we need to get that draining out first. Generally, you're going to find wherever your gravity fill is for your freshwater tank. If you look low from that, you're going to find the drain for that. Now on this one, if you look right down here, you're going to see it hanging down. So we're going to take that, turn that lever, let that start draining. While that's draining, the next thing that we're going to do, we're going to go back and we're going to go around and we're going to find somewhere, you're going to find a spot that says low point drain. Now on this low point drain, you're going to see hot and cold. Sometimes they're not labeled, but you're going to have two caps here. We want to get these caps, take them off so we can drain here. Take those off and let it drain. And that's going to drain the water from the lowest point of the vehicle. Next thing we're going to do while all that is draining is we're going to find your water heater. I'm going to open up this water heater here. Now when you come in the water heater, you want to make sure that it's cool, everything is turned off. I want to pop this pressure relief valve here just to take the pressure off of it for a minute. And then you have two different types of water heaters. You have the Dometic and Atwood that has just a plug, and you have the Suburban like this that has an anode rod. Now with this anode rod, we want to take it out. Take it out, this one 1 1/16 socket, and you want to turn that out. Yeah, get that out of the way. Perfect time when you're winterizing and de-winterizing to check these things. Now this one still has a lot of life left in it. What we're going to do now is take that, and to keep that from just gurgling out and draining 6 gallons, we're going to stand out of the way and we're going to open this pressure relief valve. And then it's just going to just flow out like that. We're going to let that drain and just set that back right there. Now we want to make sure that the water heater gets completely drained, the low point drains, and the fresh tank are completely drained before we move on. Now this is only a 6-gallon water heater, so it's not going to take it a ton of time. Some people will sanitize and clean the water heater now and do the anode rod stuff and everything. I don't. When we de-winterize RVs is when I recommend cleaning out everything and doing the sanitization on your water heater. So we're going to let that sit there. Generally, some people will put the anode rod back in. Other people will put a little something in there to keep bugs out is the thought process. If it's cold enough you're having to winterize, it's cold enough there's not going to be a ton of bugs out. So I take and just lay it right down here. Once everything is drained out, you can go ahead and flip that down and we can go ahead and close this back up. You are finished with the water heater on the outside. Next thing we're going to do is inside, we're going to find the water heater. On this particular rig, it is under the bunk. This is the back of the water heater right here. You're going to see we have the hot and cold lines coming in. You have to bypass this water heater so you don't have water and antifreeze going into it, wasting a ton of antifreeze, filling this thing with 6 gallons of antifreeze. It's not needed. So this is a 2-valve system. Some have 3. This is a 2-valve. So basically what we're going to do is put this in winterize mode is we're turning these levers up and down like this, so they're going toward this pipe. So basically now when water comes in down here, it's going to come up and it's going to direct up through here and back out this way through the hot water line and bypass the water heater completely. All right, the next thing we're going to do, low point drains are still open. We've done the water heater, got it drained. Fresh tank is still draining because this one had a lot in it. We want to go through and open all of the faucets, hot and cold, on the inside of the RV. This will help ensure that everything drains out properly. Alright, next thing I want to do now that everything is drained out is I'm going to take the low point drain caps and I'm going to put those back on. The fresh tank is almost through draining. It's coming to a drip, so we can go ahead and move on. I did close off all of the faucets on the inside except for one. I'll show you why. This is a step that many people forget when they're winterizing. And if you forget it, you could end up with frozen line. The line runs in, has to be winterized. It's got to have some liquid put in it. So, just taking this hand pump here, I'm going to connect into the city water connection. Then taking your pink RV antifreeze. pink RV antifreeze. Don't use automotive antifreeze. This stuff is safe for the water systems. So I'm just going to take my hand pump and drop it down in here. One thing that you need to do is leave on one faucet, generally the faucet farthest away. In this case, we have the kitchen sink cold faucet on. That allows some pressure to go through. If you don't leave one open, you're going to have problems pumping this through. It's already hard enough as it is. I'm just going to pump some of this in. You see it now going into the line. And I generally just do 4 or 5 pumps, so like that. And this stuff doesn't hurt. If it gets on the ground, it's not going to hurt anything. Now that we've got antifreeze in that line, take this off and go ahead and close that off. At this point, we're done with this part and we can go inside. So once you're in here, we're going to go ahead and turn off that other faucet that we had on, and then we're going to find the water pump. If you don't know where the water pump is, you can turn it on for a minute and listen, and you'll hear where it's running. In this particular rig, it is down under the stove. So you have to find what your end hose is. Now on this one, it's going to be on this side. Generally it's on the strainer, but you can see here there's arrows, if you can see, that point. This is the direction of the water flow going across. So what we're going to do is we're going to disconnect this side, and then I'm going to take this hose that I have here that I have made up, connects into the water pump, and the other side, I'll show you in a moment, it will drape down into the antifreeze. Alright, so once we're there, I'm going to open up this can of antifreeze, and we're going to drop the hose all the way down in here. Now we're going to go around, and I'm going to turn on the water pump, and you'll hear the water pump there as it's pressurizing. It's pulling the antifreeze into it. You can see the antifreeze is going down. Now it stopped. There's antifreeze in the line. So at this point, we're going to go to the farthest faucet away from the water pump. In this rig, that's the shower. So we're going to come in here to the shower. Now on this one, it has the shower head and it has the faucet down here. So we're going to start with the faucet, and we're going to start. I'm going to turn on the hot till it runs pink. I'm going to turn on the cold till it runs pink. And then I'm going to take the shower head and I'm going to put it down here and turn it on. And then I'm going to run it until it runs pink, coming through as it is. And then I'm going to run the cold until it runs pink, coming through. Once it runs through, we can turn everything off here. And we'll leave that sitting there. Then we're going to go to the next one. Let me check my antifreeze here. See, I'm out of antifreeze. So we got to go to another bottle. Usually a rig this size will probably take 2 gallons, sometimes 3. Pull that out there, drop it in. So we're going to come back here to the sink and turn it on till it's pink. Off. Go to the hot side, run it till it's pink. Don't forget the toilet. Toilet, we want to hold it down till it's running good and pink. We're done with the toilet. And we're going to go in here to the kitchen. We're going to run the hot. And it's good and pink. We're going to go to the cold. Let it run till it's good and pink. So at this point, we have winterized the camper. One more thing that we're going to do here, one final step. We made sure that every faucet, this one only has the kitchen and the bathroom and the tub and the toilet that need to be winterized. So at this point, we're going to go ahead, we're going to turn off the water pump, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do with this excess. All right, so now that that's done, we can go ahead and disconnect our hose here from the water pump, because we're finished with that. We're going to take this last little bit here, and we're going to dump it down into the P-traps on the drains. Put a little on each side. Just make sure there's no water sitting there. Same thing here in the bathroom. We're going to put a little down in there. We'll go ahead and hang this shower head back up. We're done with it now, being down there. And we're going to pour in here. We want to make sure that the toilet is holding, which it is. And we'll pour the rest of it. I pour into the shower. As long as you get a good little amount in the P-traps. In your sinks, you're good. Pour the rest in the shower. For some reason, there's always a chance that extra water hides in spots like that, so do that. So 2 gallons. Some people like to go through and run twice all the way through on things. A lot of times I will, takes a 1/3 gallon. The reason I don't with this one is I know this particular unit's only going to be winterized for about 3 weeks, and then it's going to be de-winterized. So this unit should be completely winterized. Make sure all the faucets, main thing is make sure you have pink running through everything. Make sure his low point drains are closed off. We'll get the freshwater tank closed off, and we're finished and ready to go. It's as simple as that, folks, on winterizing an RV.